Hi, it's Roger Short here with the Life Insurance Academy. We are getting tremendous feedback on the Life Insurance Academy podcast from new listeners and agents all over the country, and we're really honored and excited that our weekly podcast has found a welcome place in the market, a place where agents can tune in weekly to get real answers to real questions from top insurance producers, industry leaders, and some of the best business and sales coaches in the world. So thank you. Thanks for listening and growing with us. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at Life Insure Acad. Some of the most common messages and requests that we receive are about the insurance sales process and how to overcome common objections that hold up a sale. And perhaps you can relate to some of these. Agents tell us things like this: I went through the entire presentation in detail and they listened and followed along well, but they wanted to think about it. When I got to the price options, they said they wanted to talk it over and get back to me. I did a great job at building trust and we really connected, but I just couldn't get them to let me proceed with the application. They were really nice people and they definitely need coverage. I mean, I was there a long time, but they want to talk it over with their son or daughter first. You see, agents want to know what to say or what to tell their prospects to get buy-in in these situations. And they find themselves too often in this repeated cycle of addressing and attempting to overcome the same type of objections again and again. And they feel stuck and they feel helpless and they don't know how to move forward. And it can be a very frustrating place. I know, I was there. I've been there early in my career. But here's some good news. We know you have challenges. We know you have questions, but we've got answers. When agents are asking what they should tell prospects, to get a different outcome, we encourage them to not focus on telling them anything more at all. You see, more telling is not the answer. Remember this, say this with me. Telling is not selling. Telling's not selling. There's actually a secret weapon that top producers implement in their sales process. And it's really the key to unlocking every sale. And I'm gonna share that secret with you, because you deserve to be a top producer. Here it is. Are you ready? Develop the art of asking good questions. Of all the things that you can say or do when you're talking with a potential client, there's nothing that even comes close to the power of asking a good question. It's your single most powerful sales tool. It stands alone, apart from every other sales tool or tactic. David Kale, who's primarily in the business-to-business sales space, wrote a great book called Question Your Way to Success. It's available on Amazon. And he talks about gaining the competitive edge and making every answer count. Let me repeat that, and it's really cool. Making every answer count. He breaks down the importance of good questions and how to strategically ask your way to success. You should buy this book, invest in learning about it, and master this art of good questions. He references a scene from the famous old movie City Slickers with Billy Crystal. Some of you may not have seen this, but if you'll hang with me, I think you'll get the reference point. Mitch, Billy Crystal's character, is having this midlife crisis, and he comes from out east and he goes out west to join this, to go to this cattle ranch where they're herding cattle from New Mexico up to Colorado. And he's riding alongside Curly, and Curly's like the lead cowboy. He's this weathered, rugged, good-looking, tall guy. He's like 6'4". Billy Crystal's like 5'7". Curly is actually played by Jack Palance. Jack Palance was this imposing man, good-looking guy with this gravelly voice. And as they're driving this herd of cattle from New Mexico to Colorado, he asked Curly, "What's your secret to life? You've got it all together. You're so calm, you have no stress, like you've got it all figured out, you're so confident, you're just in your space and you own it. What is the secret to life, to success?" And Curly thinks about that for a minute with his black cowboy hat and his leathered worn gloves. He lifts up and points one finger up like this. Billy Crystal's like, "What does that mean? Am I supposed to look up? Is it heaven? What? And he leans over. And Curly says in his grovelly voice, he goes, "One thing." What? That's a terrible impression. One thing. It's more grovelly than that. You see, he said that driving cattle was his one thing. And and he was really good at it. See, in insurance sales, if we're going to get good at one thing that would make the rest of our career an unbelievable one, a super impactful one, that people will talk about, and certainly an extremely profitable and lucrative one, it would be asking good questions. So why is asking good questions so important? Why do top producers implement this one thing in their arsenal to set themselves apart from everyone else? Why do they write bigger applications? How do they write bigger applications? Why do they write more business on a weekly basis? How are they such a separation between average amateurs and professionals in this space? Well, I'm going to give you 6 key reasons to encourage you to begin implementing and mastering this one career and life-changing practice. Are you ready? Number 1, it's a tool. It's the primary tool for gathering more detailed and personal information about your client. Without understanding who your client is and the things and the people that are important to them, it's really just difficult to help them at all. You're really just trying to sell them something, and that's not what we're in this business for. Number 2, it's a powerful way to enhance the relationship and build trust. You see, you're never going to get anywhere without trust, ever. We talk about how the 5 real reasons starts with trust, and if you don't establish that first, you're just not going to break through. And a series of good conversational questions shows intention of your interest and leads to a more open and personal conversation. I want you to think about this. Everybody's got this flashing light. It's not visible, but it's there. And that flashing sign, let's call it a flashing sign. It's just flashing. And that sign says, make me feel important. Make me feel valuable. And when you ask good questions and you follow that up with other good questions, it leads to an open conversation where they get to talk about their favorite person, which is not you, which is them. And when people talk about themselves, amazingly great things happen. In fact, studies have shown that people, when they meet someone for the first time, if that person that they meet leads the conversation and ends a short conversation just with asking questions about them, and they get to talk about themselves, it's a completely different response than someone they meet who talks about themselves the whole time. When surveyed on the back end, everybody says that the person who asked questions that got them engaging about their life, their overall impression of those people were that they were really nice. I really like that guy. I want to get to know them more. He's a really cool person. She's a really cool lady. She was so interested in my life. We had these common interests. It's amazing how people get the perception that you're likable when you ask them good questions. Thirdly, good questions lead to client insights that may never have been discovered at the outset or from surface level questions. You see, surface level questions only go so far, and too many agents live here. So many agents, especially in the final expense space and mortgage protection space, they just are really uncomfortable about going deeper with clients. They have this set of questions that they kind of ask and they kind of leave it right there. But it's really the key that unlocks everything, and it raises and makes you aware of things that may never have come up with these surface level conversations. Number 4, good questions create the perception of your competence and confidence with your client. Now, you might say, well, am I supposed to fake it? No. But when you're asking good questions, your client says, this person has done this before. It demonstrates your comfort with these types of conversations and relationships. It creates a reciprocal comfort from your client that you know what you're talking about. You've been there before. It communicates a confidence and a competence in your work, in the mind of the client, and it sets you apart as a capable and trustworthy individual that can help them. And I will tell you guys and ladies, it separates you from the 90% of agents who just ask surface level questions so that they can make a sale. You might even make a sale, but some of those people are going to cancel because they realize that person wasn't interested in me at all. What did I just sign up for? Invest in this process. Number 5, asking good questions are the best way to uncover the biggest and most important concerns of your client. You see, surface level questions uncover surface level needs, which are basically the external needs. But people don't really get moved on the external needs. They get moved on the internal needs. And when you're committed to being patient, conversational, intentional, and very focused, you'll begin to discover the real needs of your client and their family. And then listening carefully to these answers will uncover the biggest needs, the ones they won't let you leave without helping them. Because if they think you have an affordable solution, they want you then to be the one that helps them. You see, addressing these needs raises your value in the eyes of the client and the value of your products and services immensely. I want you to hear me out on this. Price is rarely an objection where there is high value and need, but it's almost always an objection where there is little perceived value. And lastly, good questions are the primary tool for gaining agreement from your client. They allow you to clarify discussions. They help you identify true needs and agreement of understanding. They also allow you to confirm agreement of the solution that you're presenting, the plan and the benefits. And finally, they provide the key to a way forward to meet the need. So, I have a couple of closing questions for you. Number one, hang in there with me. These are good. Why is it important to you that you have success in this business and profession of selling? You're actually watching a video to try to improve your game. You're spending time investing it, and you invested it with me, so I say thank you for that. But think about my question for a moment. Why is it important that you have success in this profession of selling? What's the real reason? What's the internal need or reason that you're trying to, the goal that you're trying to accomplish? I want you to think about that for a moment. And when this video is over, I want you to please write down that reason or reasons that just came into your mind if you've not done so already today from that question that I just asked you. Number two, would it be worth it for you to implement this one new practice and begin working on mastering this one area if you knew it could help you change your career and life forever and accomplish your reasons that you gave to my first question? Yes or no? Would it be worth it if it would do it? Would it be worth it if you knew it could change it and give you a yes answer to that first question I asked? Number three, will you commit to crafting today? Will you commit today to crafting, just pausing, taking some time out and crafting 3 to 5 good questions that you can utilize in every sales presentation? You see, because if your career is worth it and those reasons are worth it, why wouldn't it be worth it for you to sit down and craft out some really good questions that can lead into deep discussions and the real need of your client, and then some follow-up questions behind that? Because if you would craft those and help your clients and use those with your clients, it can unlock every sales opportunity and every sales presentation that you will do, that you will give in the future. And it will really put yourself in a position where your clients will give you fewer objections, they will take action more often, and they will move forward with you. You see, I just utilized the power of asking good questions in my conversation with you. That's how it works. And you see, it brought you into the conversation. It took you and it allowed me to get you to think about what your reasons were. And when you start putting yourself in that frame and you start thinking about what your reasons are, this is the same reaction that your client has. And it opens the door of possibility and allows you to say, I want to take action on that and I want to move forward. Now, I have one more question that I'm going to ask you, and I would really like you to take action on this. If you found any value in this video at all, please give it a like and subscribe, yes. But more importantly, would you please drop a comment below with one of your best client questions or several of your best client questions that can possibly help someone else who watches this video? Because there are other people that are going to watch this video and they're also in this mutual quest for success in this amazing career of insurance sales and persuasion. Wouldn't it be cool if we could help each other level up together? I'm looking forward to seeing those comments because I know some of them are probably going to help me. And so I want to thank you for that in advance. I hope this helps. I'll see you next time.